So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check.
They'll run with Drake. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Okay, ready up, Steve. Mike 57. Ready? Stop here, D. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike, hey, exit. I'm coming for you. You move. Mike 57.
Darnold. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On first down, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Three buzz.
After the turnover, here's Murray. It's complete to Drake. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Benjamin, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. Murray now on 1st down. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Dan Arnold, his first touchdown on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
57 to Mike. Stay with your man. Check. Lady.
On 1st down, Darnold. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Darnold. That's caught out left by Perriman. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now, as they come up on second and a couple. On second down, here's Murray. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Murray's throw on target to Christian Kirk. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now a give, right side. Benjamin. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this week. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 22-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first and 10, Darnold. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, New York.
Darnold now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. To throw is Darnold. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's now second and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
57's right. Hey, echo.
Throwing again is Darnold. This is Jennings. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
57's the mic.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he hits Drake. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Phillips coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
To try again after the sack. Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
On 1st down, Drake. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 38, Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 1.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Okay, double.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Right back to Drake. Now Drake loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Darnold now to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Coverage that time by Deontay Thompson.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
57's the Mike. Mike 57. Hey, Charlie. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And that is going to be incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here we go, son. 57 Mike. Here we go, team. Here I come. Here I come. Motion, motion. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop. 50 seconds.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On 1st and goal, Drake. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Check, 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 check.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A screen to Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brashad Perriman, 77 yards. As his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. So give running right, Drake. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Counterplay, Drake. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 38. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be 1 kneel and then handshakes. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Cardinals, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.